Jewelry makes a great gift for your favorite guy. Today on Beads, Baubles, and Jewels. Stephanie Girdlestone from Fire Mountain Gems and Beads joins me, and we're going to talk about a molding compound, aren't we?
Yes, we sure are.
I'm excited to learn about this.
Me too. It's really a great product. You'll just be amazed. We start with equal parts of the purple and the white, part A and part B. It's a silicone compound that we're mixing together, and it takes less than a minute to mix it.
Now, does it only come in those two colors, the purple and the white?
It does.
Okay,
yeah.
so you have, and I can see it says part A and part B. And you need to have both of them together?
Yes.
You can't do one without the other?
No, you can't do one without the other. They activate each other into what it then hardens into the mold, so that you can recreate things that you want to recreate.
It's funny how the white is just disappearing.
It's exactly what it's supposed to do,
into
too.
The purple.
And it's neat. It's kind of fun. You know, you get to mold it up a little bit.
Reminds me of being a child again.
And you want to make sure the white is completely gone.
Okay.
Before you start molding it, okay? And then it's real easy. You can roll it into a ball if you'd like to, and you just want to lay it flat, and you want to make it even. It's very important that your mold is even, because what you're replicating will be even then inside as well.
Now that didn't take you very long.
Not very long at all. No, less than a minute to do that. And then we're replicating this cat cabochon, and you just want to press firmly and evenly on it, just like that. Again, you get that nice even front that you're looking for when you're going to recreate this in whatever medium you choose. So we have one of those done here.
Okay.
Now it is called a 5-minute compound because it takes 5 minutes to dry. You can see when I use my fingernail that it is very wet still, whereas this one is not. So if you're waiting and want to test it, that's the best way to do that.
Yeah, right on the outside, so you're not affecting the
right
thing
on
that
the
you're
outside.
actually molding.
Exactly. The outside of the mold is never going to matter what it looks like if it's cracked or, you know, marks or anything.
Now, here's my question. Does it still take 5 minutes if you're molding something rather large?
It still takes 5 minutes
You're just using
for it to
obviously
set
a lot
up.
more of it, but it's still just 5 minutes.
Exactly. The chemical process of mixing the two activates it, and it takes 5 minutes.
Good to know. Great. Thanks.
So once the cat is done, you can see the detail that we get.
Oh, look at how great the detail is.
A complete reproduction of the cabochon cat. And then I went on from this and I created this in metal because that's what I wanted. I looked at the cat and I said, oh, I don't really want it in this material. I want it in metal. So I went ahead and recreated the metal part here.
So
and
how would you do that?
The metal clay.
I
had metal clay, and you just do the same thing. You flatten the metal clay down, you press it down, make sure it's nice and level inside here, and it picks up all that detail. It dries. Notice that when we took the cabochon out, it didn't stick to it.
No, not at all. So the integrity of the original piece is still completely intact.
Exactly. You need no powder, nothing like that to make it lift up from there. It's just the silicone that allows it to release. It's great.
Now, how long will that mold last? Meaning, I mean, does it?
Yeah, it'll last forever.
So if maybe, you know, a week or two from now I decided I wanted to get myself another cat, I don't have to do that first process again. I just keep using that.
You just go to your stash of molds and make whatever you want.
That's great. So you added the metal clay and then you made that one.
Right, and I made the cat.
A cat. Now, you have some other examples here.
I do. I brought some other molds with me just so you can see the detail. This was just a porcelain egg that I did, and again I recreated in metal, added some embellishment here for a pendant. And you can see the detail also in the leaf. And this one was kind of fun. I did a 2-sided mold. So the mold actually lays on top like that.
Oh, so it's got dimension.
Right, so it has dimension, and it's 2-sided, and you can see it here. And this would be really great if you wanted to recreate a button. This here in the butterfly is a button. And you can see just the detail that's been picked up in the button is amazing. And you would make a 2-sided mold to create the button.
You know what, I'm thinking that would be great if you wanted to make cufflinks or something like that for the man in your life or your son. Yeah,
absolutely. Vintage buttons. If you had just one vintage button, but you wanted a jacket with the same button, you could recreate them.
Oh my gosh, it's just limitless.
It is limitless, that's for sure.
Love the horse.
The horse is great, isn't it? The horse is fun because it comes out, you know, opposite sides, which is kind of neat too.
Oh yeah,
but
so you have sort of a mirror image of it.
Mirror image. This is neat because look at the holes cut in the gemstone, and the molding compound just goes right up into it, fills the holes, and you get an exact reproduction. It's great. Wow. Just the front of a flower on that, and then there's a moon face that was bone.
And you can do that in so many, you can fill this with so many different materials.
Oh, absolutely.
And, I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's great.
Now, you have a couple examples with you here. That necklace, what have you done on the necklace?
The necklace is, again, the metal clay, and I used the moon mold that we used there to do that, and I embellished it with more metal clay.
Mold?
It is that exact same mold, and I just put a little hair on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That is so, and then I see you hung some dangled beads at the end as well.
dangled some beads and some crystals just to dress her up a little bit, gave her some earrings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And down here, is this the clay that you would use to?
It is one of the clays that you can
Okay.
use. You can use the polymer clay, you can use, again, the metal clay, you can even use a yeast and salt clay recipe, like when you were a kid, you used to make that clay that you could do.
And of course, the clay comes in so many different colors.
It does,
too.
so that it's really a great,
Right.
palette of colors that you can use.
It's amazing. Now, what do we have over there? Is that a carnelian flower, it looks like?
It is. This is a carnelian flower in the gemstone, and I molded it, and then I also recreated it in the clay, and you can see that's in its clay form.
Okay.
And from the clay, you would heat that with a torch or in a kiln, clean it up, and it becomes this finished pendant, which I made into a necklace here.
So you're using the metal clay, and wow. That looks absolutely beautiful. And you know what? It's not intimidating.
No.
I have to admit, in the beginning, I was thinking, I don't know that I would be able to do this.
I was too.
Yeah, and I just really like the fact that you can keep these molds forever, because I thought that maybe, once you touched it, the integrity of it
No,
would
not
be
at
gone.
all. Yeah,
But
you
it's
can
really
just
not.
store them forever.
Yeah, thank you so much,
You're so
Stephanie.
welcome.
And that's it for today's show. Hope you've got some ideas for some great projects for the men in your life. Next time, it's a subject near and dear to each of us. What's jewelry without semi-precious stones? There are so many colors and styles to choose from. Take a look at page after page of semi-precious stones. Next time, our designers show us a few of their favorites and create some beautiful pieces, including Swarovski crystal. Hope you can join us next time on Beads, Baubles, and Jewels. Thanks for watching.